Hey guys, this is Mark Shawson, the Pattern Trader. Every Monday and Tuesday, I do a boot camp in which I thoroughly explain all of the trading strategies, the price patterns, the price action that I use to capitalize on the huge moves in the markets. The boot camp is each Monday and Tuesday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll tell you a little bit more about it in a moment. I guess Tahi had a good experience on one of the boot camps, and I'll quickly read what he had to say. So Tahi says, I recommend pattern traders to any novice wanting to know how to trade the Forex market. You will find Mark Shawson an excellent consultant that does not BS. It's extremely comforting and liberating to find an ex-Wall Street trader sharing his 23 years experiences and showing you how to go about things, what the traps are, and many, many other things. The reason I had assigned myself to the pattern trader is because I needed Forex trading knowledge before committing myself to a broker. So Tahi, thanks for that, and I'm glad you understood that you needed some knowledge before committing money to the live market. So on today's boot camp, I want to kind of just read you a question from Khan. Khan says, for you to change your mind about the direction of a pair, do you at least look to its weekly candle? I mean, would daily candle formations change your opinion about a direction? So that is an interesting question, Khan, and thanks for that. I tried to answer pretty thoroughly on the boot camp today. And really what I said to Khan was, I toggle between the monthly, the weekly, and the daily. When you see the weekly trend, and let's take for example the Australian dollar, US dollar. This is a pair that I've been talking about for quite some time. It's in an established downtrend as early as over a month ago. On March 5th, I recommended to our members to go short the Australian dollar versus the US dollar at a price point of 70.61. Now, after that suggestion, the trade went sideways and then actually started going higher and crossed the 7,200 price level about a week ago. And I sent a follow-up email to our members saying, don't panic. This is just a dead cat bounce in an established downtrend. Don't worry, it's going to go back down. And right on cue, the market crashed 180 pips. And now Australian dollars trading around 70.40. So even under the 70.61. And so now I'm looking at a slight profit. And so I believe by virtue of the long-term trends in Aussie dollar, it's dropped from a price point of 95 cents to about the 70 cents level in the last 4 or 5 years. It's an established downtrend. Then you look at the weekly, the lower highs. So each week for the last 3 months, each week has made a lower high than the preceding one. So this is stair-stepping lower. Now it could be, it's the volatility is starting to come in. So you don't see a lot of action. You see a lot of the action contained around the 70. But 3 months, 6 months, 9, 12 months from now, I do expect Aussie versus US dollar to be trading in the low 60s. So for my mind, for me to say, see a complete change, and sometimes I do visualize that. Sometimes I try and draw on the market, a move counter to the one that I'm looking at. And in order for me to do that, I have to see an opposing price pattern, just like the price patterns that sent this thing down, as a basis to turn it around. So I would have to see a double bottom. I would have to see an inverted head and shoulders. I would have to see some pattern that suggests that this is going to turn around higher. And that pattern could occur on the daily time frame. It could occur on the weekly time frame. And since this has gone down for so long, I would have to see a meaningful reversal, certainly on the weekly bar first, and then any supporting formations or price patterns on the daily to suggest that this is going to turn around. But to my mind, there's nothing about the Australian dollar, US dollar that suggests to me that it's going to do anything but go lower over the course of the next several months. So I'm just sitting short. I actually took a poke and Did another short sale at about the 71.60 area personally. So I'm sitting with some nice profits, and I expect to be in that position for quite some time. So just because something goes quiet or goes, a little against me, I don't see that as anything meaningful, but just a dead cat bounce in an established downtrend. So again, I would look at a daily or a weekly for any kind of pattern or price action to suggest a turnaround. But certainly as far as Australian, US, I don't see that. So with that said, I wish you guys a healthy and prosperous trading day, and I'll speak to you next time.